continue with the study of Sefer Mareh Yaakov. As with each week, we try to go through a sentence in the week's Parsha that we just went through, and try to see the significance of how this Perush would apply to something that unfortunately Dr. Seaman never got to put into writing. This week we read Parshat Beshalach, and the second Aliyah, Shmot Yud Daled, Pasuk Yud Daled, tells us that as the people of Israel were standing in front of the Red Sea, God tells them that God tells Moses that he should speak to the people and they should just go. And he ends with the phrase, Hashem yilachem lachem, God is going to battle for you. Yatem tacharishu. And you should be silent. You shouldn't talk about it anymore. You should act at this point. So if we're trying to parse this phrase, we have talked about a couple of concepts. And the first is that the first part of the pasuk will speak about the higher world, and the second part of the pasuk will speak about the lower world. So given that division, Hashem yilachem lachem, lachem is going to have the etnachta, because what we're talking about, what God is going to do, is going to be in one half of the sentence. Yatem, and you people who are on the earth down below, you're going to do something else. So that's going to be in the second half of the sentence. That's going to end in the Sof pasuk. God's actions are separate yet influencing of the world. So again, his name is going to have to stand alone, and it's going to reference what he already told us, that the Bero B'nai Yisrael v'Yisau, we should speak to them and they should go. So because Hashem's name is going to stand alone and it's going to focus us back on what we had before, it's going to be a tipcha. It's going to be a note that focuses us back and then pauses afterwards. And again, the fighting that God is going to do is going to be separate from God's existence. So we're going to have a sharp division, and then we're going to move forward from there. So this is a munach. And we already decided for the word yilachem. Hashem yilachem, we already decided lachem, for you. The stabilizing thing is that God is actually fighting for your sake. So because it's for your sake, that is going to be something that gives you stability even though you couldn't achieve it by yourself. God fighting for you is going to give you the stability to continue to exist. So lachem gets the elevating and pausing etnachta. And your existence is going to be dependent on everything that has happened before. So v'yatem, again, is going to focus backwards with the tipcha and pause afterwards, because your existence is going to be separate from what you do, whether you do it correctly or not. God has promised that he's going to intervene on your behalf. So your actions are not the only determinant of your fate. So we have this separation between the atem and tacharishun. Your action should be not to talk, but to act. So in looking at the function of the words in the sentence, we can parse it to the notes, and that certainly gives us a measure of the validity of this perush and the usefulness of this perush and the insightfulness that we can extend it to things that even weren't commented on in the Sefer, but certainly seem to have a universality to them.
Sure.
And we'll pause there.
Okay.